is required for a minimum class to start? Let's say a group of interested students in Penang are keen to start. Because actually I've heard of some parents, their children are keen, but I think we need to put this all together for the people in Penang. So maybe through your advice, what is the minimum number of people, and what is the minimum, sort of like the minimum, the harp that they need to buy to start with?
Yes, they can start with the small one actually. They have a slightly taller one which allows them to play a lot more, which is, this is only 22 strings. Right. They have the ones with 38 strings, which is similar to this, just a little bit taller. And that actually allows you to play quite a lot already, especially as an ensemble. And you know, between 5 to 10 is a very nice number.
And starting with this type of harp, or?
Yes.
Would it be with levers?
With levers, they will be with levers.
A little bit taller, but with levers.
Would it be an advantage for those students to have learned an instrument like the piano or any instrument?
Oh yes, the piano would be very much advantageous because the harp is very similar to the piano in construction wise. It's almost like the piano standing up. And we have the middle C here, like in the piano, and the right hand plays the treble, the left hand plays the bass. So in your answering your question, the main thing is, we need a few harps for them to play on. Without the instrument, you cannot learn, unfortunately. Yes.
So minimums of 5 harps.
Yes,
in the
that's
class
right.
they can start.
So the next question is the cost. The cost of the smaller and the next size harp, because there's no point in people knowing how much a grand concert harp is until they're good enough to play it. So the smaller harps and the more useful next size.
For the 38 string harps, I think that's what's best to start with. It's around, it depends on the model you get and what brand, so it's around 11,000 ringgit.
That's the bigger one, right?
Yes.
And this one is?
This one, let me think, this one is around 5,000 ringgit. Yes, that's right.
So if, let's say, maybe if through the music society or something, some kind of organization or foundation, if they can just buy this 5 minimum harps, then will you be willing to?
Of course. That's my passion. I mean, my main mission was, when I other than playing the harp, I like to share with people about the instrument. And when I came back from overseas, I found that there's so many people who wants to know about the harp and wants to learn the harp, but they can't find a place to learn.
See, the sound when you were playing and Marlene was playing was lovely, but I can imagine, say, 20 instruments together must be fantastic sound.
Amazing.
I've actually been doing this for the past few years. I have a group of my harp ensemble in Singapore called the Rave Harpists. There are about 15 to 20 of them depending on the season, and we do a concert every year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we did one in the Esplanade Concert Hall, which is the huge main hall, and then we did a charity concert for the special children. And this year I'm actually organizing a harp festival in Singapore, and I will have some harpists coming from Hong Kong as well as Malaysia, from Kuala Lumpur, and they will all perform together. And I have some invited guests from France and America as well.
That'll be excellent. When is this?
This is in October. 24th to 26th of October.
Okay.
So this is the second time I'm organizing the harp festival, and it's the second time in Singapore as well, so it's something very new, and it has gotten attention of the Arts Council there, and even the international harp world. They know that something is happening here, which before, 10 years before, it has never been. So it's something quite exciting.
This is under the Singapore government, or is it a private?
It's a collaboration between the Singapore government and myself.
Oh, I see. So we hope that we can do that in Malaysia, or in fact the best would be in Penang if we can do that.
Yes.
I'm already thinking you must come back, join us for some intimate concerts as we did on Sunday, and we thank you for that. Everybody in the audience and all the 70 participants were absolutely thrilled to perform with you, Katryna. But if we did that again, we could tell people that there's a possibility that we could start harp classes, and we could make it a fundraiser towards buying some harps. So with some time and some promotion to do that.
In fact, if the response is good, you could even you know, we have a few harps available already, and I could come here and immediately train a few people to be able to do a small concert. You know, that would be more fun for them. Yeah.
Yes, and as you say, the concerts that you produce in Singapore give those students the impetus to really practice and study. When you have a performance upcoming, that's definitely
that's right.
Let's look at it.
Yeah, something that you want to work at.
And the kids are they're always very excited when we have these performances together. In fact, I'm actually doing a recording for them when I go back to Singapore, because they've been playing for so many years, and they have really trained themselves up to be playing really well. So I'm going to take some of the highlight pieces, and we're going to do a
Which brings me to the question of repertoire. I mean, there are existing pieces for the harp, but largely you have to do arrangements yourselves, or is there a whole lot of printed music by contemporary composers that for ensembles? I mean.
Oh, for ensembles, there are not so many music written for harp ensembles, unfortunately. So I actually arrange all my music, and as I like to write for some people. They write for harp ensembles of the same level, same playing level.
Yes.
I like to include those who are different standards, and you know, so the young ones learn from the older ones, and they all get to play together, and it's quite fun that way.
The synergy of the integration.
Yes.
Any avant-garde composers? I mean, like you spoke of Murray Schafer, a Canadian composer that has percussion and.
Bernard André's a French composer. He writes a lot of beautiful music for the harp, and he does a few harp ensemble music as well.
So how old are the children, the youngest one in your ensemble, until the older?
They range about from 5.5 or 6 years old.
So cute.
Yeah.
They play on this one, or?
Oh, they're on the 36 one.
So the house is bigger than this?
Yes, they have a little stool at the bottom.
This one's bigger than Katryna. Yes.
The next question people will probably want to know is, how do you move it about? You have to have a van?
I strap it, put it on my back, and
like a Santa Claus with a...
Actually, I have a transport cover to protect it. That's important. And then I use a station wagon. Put all the seats down, have a very nice bed for it, and let the harp sleep in the station wagon.
It shows the passion that you have in promoting and sharing with all around. That's all the more why we want to help you promote this and hopefully bring you back as soon as possible.
When you go overseas, do you take your harp or do you use one at the other end?
We try to use one at the other end, because it's really difficult. It's more expensive flying me there. To fly me, that's right.
And everything.
That's right. Yeah. And then when you get there, you don't know what's the condition of the harp, and if you have a concert, it's too dangerous.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.